white or blue-eyed devils. Do you believe that?
Well, you have not been saints in the way you have acted toward the darker people of the world and toward even your own people. But in truth, Mr. Russell, any human being who gives themselves over to the doing of evil could be considered a devil. And in the Bible, in the book of Revelations, it talks about the fall of Babylon. And it says Babylon is fallen because she has become the habitation of devils. And we believe that that ancient Babylon is a symbol of a modern Babylon, which is America. And in America, America has become a land of people who want to do their own thing. And their own thing is in direct contravention and rebellion against the will of God, which makes any rebel against God an agent of Satan.
Farrakhan says that America is Babylon, or Babylon the Great, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakwadash. You just saw a short video, a minute long, from a NBC or MSNBC show. It doesn't tell you, well, it says back in 1997, the moderator, the host of the show, he asked Farrakhan about statements that he has made, or actually Elijah Muhammad has made about the white man being the devil. And as you saw in the video, he basically breaks it down, why he believes that the white man is a devil. And then he speaks about Babylon being America. But he's partially quoting Revelation 18 chapter. When you read the first verse, let me go to that. Revelation chapter 18 and 1. The title is Babylon is Fallen. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all the nations, third verse, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich. They should think about China, which there was I did a video dealing with the Kaiser report. I believe it was entitled China to Overtake America. Now they were saying in about 5 years, but they said even sooner than that. So China became rich because of the fact that Americans like to buy goods, and the goods are manufactured in China. So that's how China became rich. So China should thank America for becoming rich. It says, wax rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her, 6th verse, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she has filled, fill to her double. Now it says here in the 4th verse, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Now what was taught at 1 West, mainly by High Priest Ariel, when you go to the 1st verse, it speaks about, actually the 2nd verse, what the way High Priest Ariel taught it was that when Esau came over here and took down Gad, and these habitations of devils and the whole of every foul spirit, which High Priest Ariel said they were homosexuals and habitation of devils, was talking about Esau and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And then I remember High Priest Ariel saying that the eagle is an unclean bird. Well, that has nothing to do with verse 1 and verse 2, or mainly verse 2, has nothing to do with how the so-called white man came in and took down Gad and Reuben. This is referring to John, the Revelator, John the Apostle, seeing the destruction. And then he goes into detail of the destruction and why the destruction took place. So really, you can say Revelation 18 verse 1 and 2 really should be the last things to be said about the destruction of Babylon. Now the answer to Revelation 18 verse 2 is, let me bring up another tab. Bear me for a minute. And I'm not going to go into the whole book of Revelation. Everybody should know it, except maybe for some of you new ones. You know, somebody might do it. I believe I did a complete breakdown on it, but it's a very important chapter, which, by the way, Farrakhan said in the video that you saw in the beginning of the video, he pretty much said, and there's many videos out. There was a recent one that he did that I was watching yesterday. I believe he did it like a week ago, and he basically but I couldn't find it. You know, I mean, if I look, I'll find it, but all I needed was this particular 1-minute video to prove that he knows that America is Babylon is the great. Anyway, the answer to Revelation 13 verse 2 is Isaiah 34 verse 16. And the vision that Isaiah saw when you start at the first verse, I'm trying to get the verse right now. I don't want to read the whole. Okay, 4th verse. Isaiah 34 verse 4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. What he saw was ICBM missiles hitting ground zero, and the effect of these powerful missiles caused what they call a mushroom cloud. But it also looked like a scroll being rolled together, which he actually saw was a mushroom cloud. So what Isaiah saw was the same thing that John the Apostle saw on the Isle of Patmos. So when you jump down to, I'm sorry, not the 16th verse. Really, you can start from the 10th verse, but I'll go to the 11th verse. I'm sorry, let me go to the 10th verse. Isaiah 34 verse 10. It shall not be quenched night nor day, and that's also spoken of in Revelation. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. The smoke is going to eventually stop and cease from generation to generation. It shall lay waste. Now the thing that's going to lay waste is America, the continent of America, the U.S. None shall pass through it forever and ever, but the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it, the owl also and the raven. These are the unclean, filthy birds in Revelation 18th chapter, shall dwell in it. These are desert type creatures. And he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion. Now the line of confusion, let me look that up. The word there is sahor, formless, confusion, unreality, emptiness, formless, that which is empty or unreal.